Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is BeezDiary. So before we begin on episode 2 about horns, I just want to say this will be a makeup tutorial. So if you don't want to watch a makeup tutorial, please exit stage left. Oh wait.
1 hour later.
3, 2, 1. Anyways guys, so for the real people that wanted to stay tuned, whether it was a makeup tutorial or not, that actually was to deter the Kevin Samuel lovers, if you know what I mean.
And that's on period.
So guys, I told you I was gonna come back with these crazy story times of when I was dating in my 20s, okay? So these stories are old, y'all. I know you guys are gonna be like, oh my god, why were you such a yamed? Why were you such a pick me, Shaw? Why you didn't get up and leave? Da -da 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 -da. That was the young bee, okay? This is the new bee. This is the reformed bee. You guys will be up to speed. Down the road, you'll know where I am at in my life today. But for now, this is my diary, so I'm gonna talk about whatever I want, guys. If you don't like it, I'm sorry, I don't know what to tell you. That's the life I live. Those are the experiences that I've been through. So if you want to stay tuned, just stay tuned. So this one now, I made this video to basically, I kind of want to let other women know about red flags, okay? And this story in particular was basically about when I was alone on Valentine's Day and I was in a relationship. So this is episode 2 about horns. All right, so in the last video, remember how I told you guys, check his Twitter, find his Twitter. It was for a reason. So this is kind of a continuation of something I had found on his Twitter that relates to me being alone on Valentine's Day. A few years back, this was when I was, how old did I say I was? Either 24 or 25, something like that. I don't really remember that well because it's been a while. And I specifically remember this was in the month of February. And while I'm telling this, I'm gonna kind of like spruce up my face because it's very oily. I get super oily. Like, does anybody else have that issue? On this particular day, I had expected to basically be, how should I say it? It was Valentine's Day. So on Valentine's Day, you really do want to feel special. You want to get gifts, right? You want to feel like that girl. You want to ice me out, something. Show me that you really, really love me. Get me some gifts.
Are you my cousin?
I'm your husband!
Anyways, that day, I'm honestly trying to remember like what we did because it wasn't that exciting. That's why it's not really that memorable. I just remember the trauma part of it. And that day, it was snowing. It was snowing that day, and there was supposed to be like a pretty bad snowstorm. And I drove to his place that day to see him, and so that we could kind of spend the day together, because remember how I told you guys he was a cook, so he could cook really well. And like I said before, that was kind of the way to my heart because I love to eat. So he had basically said that he made me a dinner and that he wanted us to, you know, enjoy each other's company, eat the dinner, and then go see a movie. I can't even remember what the movie was, guys, but it was, I don't even think it was a romantic movie. I think it was like an action-packed movie, which I don't really mind, but on Valentine's Day, I'm gonna need you to do better. We went to see the movie, and then basically when the movie was finished, we went outside, and when we went outside, it was snowing really, really badly. And at that point, I was like, oh, okay, so are we gonna just like, you know, head to your place? Mind you, I shouldn't have said that because I felt really stupid afterwards, because at the end of the day, like, I was staying on my own around that time too, and I wasn't begging you to come to your effing place. Anyways, I was like, oh, okay, are we gonna go back to your place, whatever. Oh, and let me just rewind this a little. Men, do better. Do better on Valentine's Day for your women. I'm sorry. Yes, Valentine's Day is not the only day to adorn your women with gifts. Of course not. Or show that you really love them. But please, do something nice. Guys, I didn't get any roses that day. I didn't get any type of flower. Mind you, we had a conversation about, like, when I was younger. When I was really, really young, guys, I worked in a florist shop. So I love flowers. I love making arrangements. And you just by you knowing that, wouldn't you say, like, oh, let me get her a special bouquet or a beautiful plant that she may like, something that's different? No, he didn't use his freaking rockhead brain. Anyways, so I got no flowers that day. I don't even think I got a gift or a box of chocolates. No, I didn't. I just got a cooked dinner and we went to the movies. Boring. You don't know me. I was like, oh, okay, are we gonna go back to your place after the movie? And he was like, yeah, the weather's pretty bad. Like, maybe you should go back home. And I was like, okay. I was like, yeah, the weather is bad, so why would I want to drive on the highway? Guys, I lived 15 minutes away from him. I was like, yeah, the weather's pretty bad. Like, why would I want to be driving on the highway right now? And he's like, no, he's like, it's not too bad. Like, just take your time and go slowly. Like, I'll stay on the phone with you and, you know, you could get home because I'm kind of tired. The excuses kept coming up. Like, it was a different excuse after excuse. And I was like, that's kind of weird. So now at this point, I wasn't even pushing because I really wanted to come over. I was pushing because alarm bells were going off in my head. I'm like, it's Valentine's Day. Why wouldn't you want me to come over? Like, why wouldn't we spend the day together? Mind you, we didn't even really spend the day together, guys, because I believe I had to work that day and he didn't have to work that day. I had to work that day. So I didn't go over his house until, let's say, maybe 6 that evening. Okay. Worked all day, didn't receive any gifts, and then you did the bare minimum, or nothing, actually. He was like, yeah, I'm pretty tired, and, you know, you're probably tired, plus I don't want you to get stuck, and yada yada yada. And I'm like, but I'm with you. Why wouldn't I just come over, stay over, and then once they plow the roads and clean off the highway, I could go home in the morning. Like, I can even leave early if you want me to. Like, it's kind of unsafe for me to go home right now. And guys, he was just like really adamant. He got like he kind of got angry, like he was agitated. And I was like, in my head, I'm like, screw you, I don't even care. I'm gonna drive really slowly and make it home. Like, whatever, I'm not pressed to come to your place. It's just that, like, it's Valentine's Day and you're my boyfriend, and I would expect for us to spend Valentine's Day night together. Little did I know, this was all because he had something else set up. Now I'm going to actually fast forward it to that same day where I was in my car, and remember, it was before work, and I was going through his Twitter. Well, I don't know if I specified the date, but I found the Twitter, I want to say end of April, the end of April, and this is going towards the end of our relationship. Anyways, going through the Twitter and in April, and there was a specific tweet that I saw, and the tweet was basically the day after Valentine's Day that he made this tweet. And the tweet said, ladies, don't come to my house and just try to be sneaky by leaving a boot. By leaving a boot, guys, like a boot as in like a black tall boot, as an excuse to come over, because I'ma just put it right outside of the door for you to pick it up. He is a piece of shit. Not only that, guys, there was another tweet that said, how you gonna come over here and leave a hickey on my neck? Don't you know I got a woman? Y'all, to say I was disgusted was like an understatement. I I was literally disgusted. And both of these tweets were dated the day after Valentine's Day. Let's rewind back to Valentine's Day. So that day, I basically struggled to get home that night. A, he didn't stay on the phone with me as I was trudging my way home. And B, he texted me to ask me if I got home safe. And I was like, yes. And then he basically was like, have a good night. And I didn't hear from him until the next day. Y'all, I don't know why I kind of did suspect something, but it was one of those things where trust your intuition. Ladies, definitely trust your intuition, because I sensed something, but it was kind of that thing where like, I need proof. I need solid proof so that I can see and cut you off. I hate that I'm that way, but I need the proof. There was just so many red flags in that relationship, and me finding the Twitter was literally the icing on the cake. So yes, I basically spent Valentine's Day night alone. Did not receive any gifts that day. I basically put my life in danger to get back home because he didn't give a crap. He only gave a crap about getting some new coochie on Valentine's Day, the day that he was supposed to be spending with his girlfriend. Sick. Horns was so sick, guys. But anyways, this is the end of the story time. No, end of this story time about this detail about horns. Guys, stay tuned for episode 3 because it gets juicier. On the next episode, this has to do with his child and the mother of his child. So stay tuned, guys. Thank you for watching another one of my diary entries. I really love you guys. Thank you for commenting. Thank you for all the people who are staying positive and, you know, offering like either good advice or, you know, they felt like they went through something like that similar and, you know, we can actually have a conversation. Thank you for the people who are not bashing me for something I actually went through. Y'all, the world is crazy. Some of these people need to go outside and really touch grass. It's okay to be vulnerable. It's okay to be stupid. We've all had those moments. And I know you've had those moments, but you're just not making it public. Me, I want to tell my stories. I want to make other young women aware of signs that they should be looking for and what to avoid. Like, please don't be like me. Don't make the same mistakes. But as I said in one of my first videos, I said this page was definitely created as a form of therapy. I feel like I'm finally at that stage in my life where I could tell these stories because I've already released it and let it go. So yeah, thank you for staying tuned and see you guys in the next video. Bye.